Your life is better than the life of any Lamar sports fan ever before. You have access to 7 Cardinals sports online. I'm talking volleyball, softball, baseball, soccer on the Big Red Sports Network at BigRedSN.com. Catch men's hoops, women's hoops, and football on ESPN3. Witness tradition, witness history, witness greatness on BigRedSN.com and ESPN3. Go LU.
You're watching Southland Conference football on ESPN3, live from Provost Humphrey Stadium in Beaumont, Texas, where the Lamar Cardinals are playing host to the Nicholls State Colonels. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Gresham, along with Lemont Williams. Nice to have you with us this evening. Before Corbett just kind of took the job away from it in preseason camp.
And Allen's a senior out of Texas City, Texas. You can see he likes to extend the plays as well by rolling out and throwing the ball. Let's see what his leadership and his ability to be able to help the Cardinals offensively and maybe get back into this game in the first half.
He's a transfer, got a little bit of Division I experience, and found his intended receiver that time. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. This time he just tosses it. But Kendrick King is not going to pick up the needed yardage for the first down.
And Kendrick King is more of a north-south runner, Dan. He's the guy to run between tackles, getting the ball, pitching the ball to him out in space. He doesn't have that type of speed to be able to pick up positive yards and get first down. So I really believe they need to utilize him more between the tackles.
Nicholls showing blitz. Allen finds Giles down the middle. Giles retreats a little bit. Still going to have enough for the first down, though.
Here at the Montaigne Center in Beaumont, Texas, where Lamar has a 13-point edge on the number 2 team in the Southland Conference, the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks. Mike Meltzer and Lemont Williams with you, and it's been a very balanced effort for Lamar and a struggle for SFA right now without their leading scorer, Kevon Harris. He hasn't played, and they have struggled to score the basketball so far.
And the Cardinals has taken advantage of that struggling offense for the Lumberjacks here at the Montaigne Center. Give credit to the Cardinals. They were prepared here in front of their home fans and former players.
And one of the things that stood out is points in the paint, as Stephen F. Austin only has 2 points in the paint, while Lamar has 21 points in the paint. It's been a domination so far inside for Lamar.
Yeah, starting with SFA, they relied too much on the jump shot. They got off to a solid start knocking down the jump shots, but as the game started to settle down and things started to play out, they missed those jump shots, and without having the front court to rely on, got them down in the first half.
And meanwhile, for Lamar, I imagine one of the exciting things for Tick Price is that Colton Weisbrod only has 1 point, and despite that, with the balanced scoring effort, with Harrison, with Nzikor, with Nick Garth, his team has a 13-point lead right now.
Man, everyone's contributing from the three-point line. You got Joey Bosa right there with the follow-up layup, and you got Nick Garth, the all-time three-point leader for the Cardinals with the steal. And watch as he come down, squares his shoulders. He's playing with a lot of confidence in the first half, knocking down 3 points. Deshaun Robertson also contributed to the lead for the Cardinals in the first half.
So the Cardinals right now are aiming to snap a 10-game losing streak against Stephen F. Austin. Excellent efforts so far. Coming up next, we're going to take a look and a deep dive into the first half stats with Lamar off to a big effort so far here at the Montaigne Center in Beaumont, aiming to get a big win here against the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks, with Lamar on top by 13 points on ESPN3.
But we're talking about almost everywhere in this corner of southeast Texas getting 40 inches of rain.
Unbelievable.
That's a year's worth of rain that came in about 3 days. And, of course, you can imagine what it did to all the rivers, tributaries, and bayous here in southeast Texas. Easily historic levels. They're calling it the 500-year flood. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't happen again for 500 years, be okay with me. Living
here at the Montaigne Center in Beaumont, Texas, I'm Mike Meltzer here on ESPN3, and I have the pleasure of being joined right now by the former head coach here at Lamar 2 different times, Billy Tubbs, and the court is obviously named after you. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. Doing great. Always good to be back and watch the Cardinals play.
Lively puts up a 3, overshoots everything. Chastity Bars on the rebound for Lamar. Chastity running down the floor with it. Goes left, now right. Dishes down low. Bowers and one. DeAndre Bowers with the chance says and one. And Williamson picks up her first. DeAndre Bowers going to the free throw line.
And Keandra with 20, her season high was 17, so she has surpassed her season high.
And she had that 17 against Northern Illinois. Cardinals lead 46-42. The and one. In Abilene, ACU leading the Lamar men 36-32.
Line. There's inside as Wilson puts it up. Yes! Counted and a foul! Katarius Wilson draws the foul inside on Harrison.
And you can see right there, that taunting right there from Wilson draws the technical foul as the bench is going crazy for McNeese, and Wilson with his hands out.
Dave
Rightfully
Simmons
so, he
happy.
was taunting the bench of the Lamar Cardinals after that and one play.
So a technical looks like it'll be assessed on Wilson, who is not happy, as he cut the lead to 5 as the officials get together here in the center of the court. Wilson put up a nice drive. It looked like it was one of those 50-50 calls right here with Harrison. It looked like it could have gone either way in this spot.
Athletic move there by Wilson to be able to finish strong, but he also lost his cool on the backside of that play, Mike. We didn't have it in the replay, but he was taunting the bench of the Lamar Cardinals, kind of like, bring it on type of thing. And the officials said enough of that, and they called him with the technical foul.
What are your thoughts on those kind of technical fouls in what is an emotional game?
Well, it's a rivalry game, so the emotions are running high on both sides of the court. The officials want to set the tone here in the second half because they feel like this game is going to go down to the wire. And as they look at the replay there, mainly on that call when they had the block against Harrison, which earned the opportunity for Wilson to go to the free throw line. But back to your question, Mike, is that they want to control this game. The official crew want to control this game. They actually came to our side right before the game to kind of give us a heads up that they're going to be called tightly and they're going to make sure that everybody's playing. And as you can see here, Wilson is looking directly at Coach Chick Price on the bench, and Lamar Cardinals saying bring it on, and he earns a technical foul.
So the officials are taking a look at that right now. You see on that monitors, they're kind of going back and forth on that. And right now the officials explaining to Dave Simmons exactly why that technical foul was called. And with that technical, the other negative part for Dave Simmons, that's going to be 3 personal fouls on Katarius Wilson. So that means Oguchukwu has got 4 personal fouls. Wilson's got 3, and you're in a tough spot because we're not even at the under 16 timeout here in the second half of this game.
Yeah.
So Harrison is going to shoot the technical free throws for Lamar. Nearly an 82% free throw shooter on the season. Harrison knocks in the first. He's a senior from Houston. And it looks like we have another technical foul here as well on Dave Simmons.
As you can tell, the emotions starting to spill over now to the head coach, Dave Simmons. I mean, this is a rivalry game, Mike. I mean, everybody's here is excited. Everybody's alumni are here for Lamar Cardinals, and they had their event before the game. And this is an emotional game, and it's very competitive between both schools, and you can see it right there.
Homecoming here at Lamar University in Beaumont. What a night already. Fans having fun. The parade earlier today. All those floats, dancing, you name it. They've had it here tonight for homecoming. An exciting night here in Beaumont. Look, even a little puppy. How about that? Tailgating before the game. Plenty of fun. Have another look. We take one more look as well.
Hildebrand throws it high where only one person can get it. That's Wells, his receiver. You can see his hands underneath the football. He has control of it. His foot is down.
Well, that foot definitely got in. Now, does he control the ground? I think he did. I'm with you. I think that's a catch.
Once again in the replay, you see Hildebrand. The pressure's coming down the middle. Hildebrand throws it up high so Wells can get it. 6'1" receiver, junior, they're going to have control, good view on this side. As you can see, his right foot is down, in bounds as he's going out of bounds, controlling the football.
You know, it looked like he was going to try to throw it, get Nick Garth, somebody outside, but wise decision. Works out. Fans want to travel, not going to get it. So Smith adds to his total. He's got 11 now.
Really like what I see out of the freshman out of Klein, Texas, and Miles Smith. At 6 foot, he was able to force his way into the lane and finish up strong for the Islanders. The fans didn't like it, but I'm pretty sure Coach Wilson liked the effort out of his freshman on that last play.
Frenchwood felt confident, put it down. Senior, maybe his best performance in weeks.
Talked about it right after halftime, Dan. In order for the Cardinals to win here at home Senior Day, it starts at the point guard position. Joey Frenchwood has brought some consistency to that position, fighting injuries throughout this season. And this afternoon, he's doing an excellent job leading this team at the Montaigne Center.
Man, Smith answers with the three. And now it's back to a 3-point difference with under a minute and a half left to play.
Just when we think the Islanders are out of it, Mr. South knocks down the three-pointer, the leading scorer. But Colton Wadsworth, the senior, is carrying his team in the second half.
Obviously, if it's roughing the kicker, then we'll see how this all works out. Flag has been picked up by the referee, Ross Smith. So, you know, always the question is, does kicker, you know, forward motion carry him into the defender? Does the defender, you know, but at that time, boy, just eye off the ball that time on the receiving end for Wells, or Kirkland Banks, I should say.
Two bad plays by two individuals on
roughing the kicker defense. Decline first down, obviously.
24 seconds left in the third quarter.
So the injured player is off of the field. So the play will continue, and it will be 1st and 10 for SFA, working inside the 20. Wow. That's maybe the first one that Pace has not caught tonight, and it hit him right in the hands.
Yeah, it was kind of slightly behind him, but the quarterback was throwing it. Like, as you said, Pace has been on fire as far as his route running and his receptions. And as you can see, it was just slightly thrown behind him on that last play.
Cameron Minger was the sophomore out of Dallas, injured on that play, and he's on the sidelines. Going with a sweep this time, trying to get outside. Not going to get a whole lot of yardage out of it, but they will pick up a few. Cardinals saying they stripped the ball, but let's see if that holds up.
And actually, they call it a fumble.
It's going to be called a fumble. So the Cardinals are going to, for what, second takeaway in the same fashion? Where they managed to strip the ball from the runner. Let's check this out and see what happens.
Look at the pursuit defensively for the Cardinals. Excellent job there by number 30. To strip it right at the end by number 21 of the Cardinals. They will knock it out.
Josh McGowan losing the ball and forcing it out is Nate Jones, the defensive back.
Well, Lamar improved its conference mark to 5-1 with a 77-54 win over Incarnate Word on Thursday night. This game was delayed by a night because of the weather situation in Texas. Mo Kennard had a brilliant evening with 23 points. Chastity Bars had 19 points and 12 steals in that game. And Lamar won it pretty easily with a good second half by 23 over Incarnate Word. Back to play here, and there's Chastity Bars with a chance at another steal, but this time it's Sam Houston who will keep it. Follow-away shot, no good.
We mentioned beginning of the game they had two teams that seemed to be going in opposite directions, but having said that, you'd be surprised who's dominating in the first half. It's the team that's coming off two straight Southland Conference losses, not the team that's won 3 in a row.
Not at all. I mean, the Cardinals stepped their game up. I really felt like they came out on the mission in the first half. They had something to prove. Wanted to bounce back and rebound after that double overtime loss. You can tell they came out on the mission in the first half, and they paid off for them.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights. We spoke about Jordan Capps, our players to watch. We mentioned him for Southeastern, but really a non-factor, at least to this point. He has 4 points and has gone 2 of 4 from the field. Meanwhile, we mentioned Colton Weisbrod, and he has been active, but not nearly as active as Josh Nzikor. But Weisbrod at this point has 6 points, coming off of a 38-point career-high game on Saturday.
And he was able to knock down a three-pointer, but you know he's the workhorse. He's going to be able to get those tough fouls and get to the free throw line for the Cardinals in the second half. It's okay. It's okay for him to kind of step back.
I was going to say, I think he's one of those guys, too. Yeah, he doesn't mind putting the point totals up, but he doesn't have a problem if somebody else steps up.
Not at all.
We're going to get you ready for the second half. We'll see if the Cardinals can continue this domination or if the Lions can pull off a big rally. Stay with us. With the final score again, 79-76 Lamar. To watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, just log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Thanks for watching.